Ladies and gentlemen.
Something else that happened this week that I covered in some minutia was that Meghan Markle decided that she's done with American Riviera Orchard. She doesn't need something that limits her like that, you know? Because if she does that and she trademarks that name, which she can't and she never has and she never will be able to trademark that name, she is going to have to do things from this part of the country. And you know, there's only so many goods and services and material and household goods that can be found in Santa Barbara. And so, because of that, she decided that she was going to use a different name that she's actually had since 2022. And that is the brilliant, eye-catching, heart-catching, soul-rendering name of As Ever. As Ever. And apparently, she signs off on all of her letters in this way. Rumor has it that so did Princess Diana, but that's neither here nor there. She says as ever means as it's always been, and I don't know what that has to do with her. Is she saying I've always been a loser? I can get on board with that. But she says that she needs to have this new name because it's a better reflection of her and what she hopes to do with her product. Okay. She posted this week a sort of memory board of little quotes and sayings back from the TIG. And basically what she wants to remind you is this is a space she's been in. She really rocked the blog world back in the day, if you'll recall. And so she posted this bulletin board that was so uninspiring, but supposed to remind you of who she really is. And she's got little quotes from the TIG, and she's got her labels, her jam labels that apparently have already been made. You know, she really wants to let you know that the jam is coming, you guys. And, you know, it's got her new labels as ever. It's like there's so many things on this board that's supposed to remind you and sort of say without words who she is. She's got all kinds of pictures of her and that dog that suspiciously seems to be alive, yet we were told was dead. I don't know. Everything she does is shady as can be. But the reason I bring her up again, even though I already made another video about it, is that she's really facing a lot of backlash. The backlash is that this company that she has named As Ever, she managed to get the trademark on it. But unfortunately for a small New York-based clothing company who also has the same name As Ever, they're going to SOL because they did not trademark their name. And so now Meghan can just swoop in and take it, which, you know, that's kind of their loss. It's unfortunate for them. There's just nothing legally that they can do now about that. And so Meghan now has their name. And, you know, in some ways, I was going to say, would that be a good thing for them? But I think not, because if anybody ever erroneously believed that they were in conjunction, that could really hurt that business. I mean, there's just so much negative energy towards Meghan that if people decided to be cruel and unkind and be ignorant, they could decide, oh, I don't want to buy anything from that store. That must be Meghan's store, you know. But you could imagine that that would be so. I mean, I've never heard of As Ever New York City, but, you know, I've already heard about Meghan's company, even though it hasn't sold one single product. Meghan says that the products that she will sell will be available in Dallas and Philadelphia from these Netflix stores. If that doesn't sound lame to you, I don't know. Maybe we're just reading out of a different book, but I don't want my brand to be associated with two stores that are also just hawking stuff off of Netflix. Like, that sounds so lame. Anyway, she is embroiled in that drama. Just more negativity, more people feeling like, Meghan, like, why are you trying to hurt the little guy? I thought you were all about helping the little stores, but instead you're wanting to stomp on the throat of this New York company. I don't know. It reminds me a lot, and there's probably like 5 of you who care about this, but if any of you guys ever followed that Jaclyn Hill drama, if you don't know who Jaclyn Hill was / is, I don't know. She back in the YouTube heyday of makeup tutorials, she was kind of like the queen of the makeup tutorials. But there was always like lots of drama, so I think that's why people watched. It was like, let's watch Jaclyn Hill do her makeup, but also that girl is cringe. Anyway, she really just fell off the deep end when it came to her personal life, and it was very dramatic. But as she tried to climb out of this hole that she had created by putting out junk makeup products and putting out, you know, saying that she was going to put something out, and then like years and years and years go by and like nobody's seen hide nor hair, but she keeps talking about it. Like, she was just kind of a joke. And then she did this thing where she decided to launch this brand of cozy clothing, and she called it Cozy, and she spelled it Koze, long E on the end. And there was a Canadian brand, this sort of stay-at-home mom, who also had a brand, but she spelled it the same way but pronounced it differently. Koze, pronounced Coze. Basically, the merchandise was the same, the name was the same with a slight difference in pronunciation. And Jaclyn Hill got so much like hate for that because they said, you don't need to launch this brand, which it wasn't even like, she was literally just slapping that Cozy name onto like junk merchandise that you could find on any sad little Chinese shop. It was just, it was not like she had sourced great material or great products in any sense of the word. So the drama surrounding this reminds me a lot of that, of Meghan's getting a lot of heat because she's a much bigger name than this other little New York shop. And now the poor little New York shop is going to be driven under because Meghan's much bigger name is going to take all of the interest and whatnot. So there's just lots of backlash. I mean, the thing is that Meghan could go and paint her nails and she'd get backlash because of the color she chose. I mean, in some ways, people need to really calm down on the Meghan hate. Is she a super annoying person? Yeah, I think we've established. But do we need to like flip out over everything she does? It just makes it that when she does do something crazy, I feel like it lends people to be like, who cares? I mean, at this point, she has done some truly horrible things. Tearing up the royal family, tearing Harry out of his family, utilizing the death of his mother as a cudgel, claiming that the royal family was racist, lying all over the place. I mean, she has done some truly terrible things. But her wanting to launch her little brand, I mean, I've stated many's the time that it looks super outdated and uninspiring. But if that's what she wants to do, that's what she wants to do. And yeah, I think that this new brand name, lame. So lame. I cannot even handle it. But if that's what she wants to do, that's what she wants to do. My greatest annoyance is what it would appear that she's just stealing other people's work and the plagiarism involved. Her new logo, straight off of the crest of a small Spanish town that cannot afford to sue her over the fact that she clearly has stolen their crest. And it's things like that's what I don't like. If she wants to start this little brand and she wants to like make her little strawberries and put her little strawberries on strawberry bagels, doesn't look very appetizing, but whatever. If that's what she's into, that's what she's into. But we need to like focus our energies on things like, hey, she stole somebody's town flag and she's trying to pass that off as her own. Like, that's the things that I find to be particularly egregious about who she is as a person.